Welcome to the panel today on women engineers and technicians contributing to the ICTs-related SDGs and WSIS objectives. We have started broadcasting and we shall wait a few seconds before starting, so we allow all our participants to this session to come in and join us. We wish you a very warm welcome to this session. I'm very pleased to have wonderful panelists today. And maybe we can still wait a little moment before we start. Again, welcome to everyone on the session. I wish to start by thanking the wonderful team of the WSIS, as they have been very much partnering with us, with the highly qualified professionals. Thank you so much, Mrs. Itanya Lisa, for your wonderful team and collaboration with Womenvai. And today we have a prestigious organization also represented around the table, that is the World Federation of Engineers organization. I'll be your moderator. My name is Yvette Ramos. I'm the president of the chapter Geneva of Swiss Engineering and president of the newly founded Womenvai NGO, headquartered in France, Paris. Also a member of the WE Committee, Women Engineers of the WFO, the World Federation of Engineers Organizations. Without transition, I would love to welcome our panelists today, Dr. Ayumi Mora Aoki, CEO and founder of the Women in Tech organization, Professor Liliane Dorvaux, Professor of Mathematics at the EPF, Faculty of Engineers, based in France, and with a long story, this EPF school. Mrs. Engineer Ren Esop-Madje from France and Cameroon, who is the co-founder of the Digital Coalition, and Dennis Salas from Bolivia and Switzerland, a member of Swiss Engineering Geneva and also co-founder of Womenvai. Our theme today is women engineers and technicians contributing to the ICTs-related SDGs and WSIS objectives. We want and we aim at creating a space and time for women in ICTs to express ourselves and to build on projects. We represent here 5 NGOs, international NGOs, but also regional and local NGOs. We want to align, and we wish our projects are aligned with the SDGs. We also align to the WSIS action lines. We build together with you concrete actions across the globe, and obviously willing projects, our projects, with the women and girls in ICTs. These are the 5 organizations that are present today, and with no more transition, I would like to welcome Dr. Ayumi. Are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ayumi. I know you're very busy. You represent, and we're so proud. Thank you so much to be with us, representing Women in Tech. With 20K members, you represent this wonderful international organization with a double mission, closing the gap, the gender gap, and to help women embrace technology. You have a very high, ambitious, but I'm sure you'll reach it, to empower by 2030, 1 million girls and women. So of course, we have many questions. We selected 3. We want to know about the story. How did you come to create Women in Tech? How is Women in Tech in line with the SDGs, of course? And if you can tell us about the actions, concrete actions you're building, and also why building a community and connecting to other women that share similar values and have a common vision is so important today. I'll leave you now to share your screen. Thank you so much. The speech is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Yvette. Thank you, ladies. I'm delighted to be here today. Thanks for invitation. Well, how did we create Women in Tech? It's very difficult to say it, very shortly, because it wasn't something that just said, okay, let me create Women in Tech. It was something that has accompanied throughout my life. So I was born in Brazil. I'm half Japanese. I went to South Africa when I was 12 years old during the apartheid years. So diversity and inclusion has always been very important to me, because, I did experience racial segregation, but not only that, also gender segregation when I was there, where girls, we had to learn how to cook, how to sew, how to clean, while boys, they would do some things like metalwork and woodwork. And we had to fight for our rights ever since I was very young. When I was like a teenager, when I was 14 or almost 15, we had to fight and to ask to have the same rights as boys when we were at school, be able to do the same sport, for instance, things like that. And this had carried on with me throughout, my adult life as well. When I first created my company, not Women in Tech, it was Social Brain, asking for funds, being a developer and doing different things. I did realize that we didn't have the same opportunities that men had. And when I came finally 2.5 years ago, I went to Web Summit, it really struck me that there were lots of women that were having the same feeling that I was. And I thought it was something kind of unique where, things were getting better, but in fact they weren't. When I really knew what the numbers were and what the stats were, every year since the 1970s, 80s, the gender gap was getting bigger and bigger. So obviously this threw me back a couple of years, like 30 years back, when I was still in South Africa, where we had to really stand up for our rights and okay, so we have a problem, what are we going to be doing? We're not going to be being in the victim role, we are going to be doing something about it, and not just, saying, we have a problem about not having enough women, let's just talk and talk and talk, but no action. So I said, Women in Tech is going to be something about this network, this global movement of putting women together and of taking action on the 4 main pillars to try and find results. Sorry about that. So I'm going to share with you my screen so you can really see about what it's going to be, how Women in Tech started. So, all right, so maybe I must do first my screen. Tell me if you can see it.
We'll tell you. Yes, it's
fine.
Perfect. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, let's go. So how do I put it in full screen? So I have to, there we go. So Women in Tech. So we only started 2 years ago, but in only 2 years, we already have over 22,000 members, as you said. And we are an international organization because the problem is something that we have all over the world. It's not only in France or in Europe or in Australia. It's something that we find on all corners of the world. We have 4 main primary areas of action, which is education, entrepreneurialism, social inclusion, and science innovation. I think social inclusion is also very important to highlight because obviously women compared to men, they have less chances or less opportunities to go into tech. But if you are from another ethnicity and if you are from an underprivileged background or underprivileged country, then your chances are even lower. So it's important to really try and have all women coming from all different backgrounds, and that's very important. So our aim is to educate, to equip, and to empower women and girls with the skills, the confidence, and the opportunities to succeed in career STEM fields. So if you look at our programs, we are the only organization for women in tech today that we have programs that cover every stage of a woman's career life cycle. So we start with coding camp for girls in secondary school. For instance, we work with the French government in certain areas like in Normandy, where we're going to have specific programs to to show girls, you know, that I have about 14 years old, because we have noticed that that's the age, the crucial age between 12 and 14, where there's a huge dropout of girls and of interest of girls in going to technology. So we try and get them at that age and really try and excite them about, you know, the possibilities of going into this career field. Afterwards, in university, we're working with different universities around the world, in like Sorbonne, in St. Petersburg, and also in Amsterdam or New York, about having a scholarship fund and trying to help and give the opportunities as well to girls that are coming from underprivileged backgrounds to be able to go to university and to study more technological subjects. Afterwards, when they go to the entry level, we start right away mentoring, and we really believe in reverse mentoring, whether it's because obviously the mentor and the mentee, they can always learn from each other. Upskilling, we are now working on this women's digital lab. We've done a prototype, and now we are really trying to doing another pilot program so that we can really launch it in a couple of months' time, which will be how can we give the tools for women that are already in the workforce to really put themselves forwards. So for instance, how can you make your own website, web design, WordPress, you know, use social media and all the marketing tools so they can really be able to showcase your expertise and your business. Family planning, we also help them with the remote work options. We try and work with companies to train also people and the workforce to be able to work remotely. And with business owners, we know today that maybe 3% of venture funding go to women-led startups. So we work with pitching workshops, so we can, with partners as well. All of this, we don't do it just by ourselves. With the help of our partners and of our ecosystem and of organizations and NGOs like you, Yvette, that we can obviously join forces to do programs together, because we don't have all the solutions and we don't have all, you know, the knowledge and the workforce. But I think that if we do it all together, then we definitely can reach so many more people. And afterwards, our last program is the mentor training. We call this the role model program. And with this role model program, we are teaching and helping women become role models to other women, so that, you know, you can go forward and forward, and they can teach the other women how to help each other and how to create this sisterhood kind of community. So how do we reach the sustainable goals? There are 17 sustainable goals, and we try to contribute as we can to 5 of them. One is education, as we said. The other one is going to be, obviously the main one is number 5, which I think is what brings us all together here today, which is, you know, the empowerment of women and women and girls. We also try and tackle other ones. So SDG 8, which is decent work and economic growth, with the entrepreneurialism. So the programs like the role models, which I've just said, corporate program, the pitching, mentoring, trade missions we can do. And also we are being launching very soon a platform where there are going to be job opportunities as well. And then we work with different hubs around the world, which are not ours, but we try and create partnerships with them to be able to give incubation and acceleration camps for the women that are members. Social inclusion, as we said, so we support and develop programs that seek to introduce digital skills to minorities and underprivileged communities. And in science and innovation, we try, it's mostly about talks and awareness sessions on data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. For this as well, we try to cooperate with other organizations that have this mission. So like Women in AI, we're very close. And we, for instance, in Amsterdam, we often do events together and programs together. So we can really try and see how together we can be much stronger. So we have a little video that shows a little bit our work on these SDGs. So the first, obviously, is achieve the gender equality and to empower women and girls. And all of our actions are having that in our minds, you know, to empower women. So we have the 4 different pillars. The first one being education. So that's SDG 4. So we do the coding programs, scholarships, internships. And then entrepreneurialism. So it's not only the workforce, it can be either in the startup scene, but also in the corporate world. It's really the working force. And science innovation. SDG 9. So we did talks, roundtables and awareness sessions, and the acceleration camps to be able to innovate. And the social inclusion, which is really something that's very special to me. We introduced digital skills to minorities and underprivileged communities. Once again, with the help of our partners like that, we do this also with NASA in the United States. So we try to be more than a networking community, which obviously it's super important to be able to network and to talk, to meet, to change, but also to take real action and try to move the needle. So we do have, as I said, physical and virtual events. I think we all gone to virtual events with COVID-19. That's why we're here today, right? So we have about 20 events a year on both local and global levels, physical and online. So we have monthly chapter events, which are the Women in Tech Insight series. And then we have the Women in Tech Global Summit, which was supposed to be this May, but we're doing it in March next year, which I think will also be obviously a hybrid event today because the world is changing. So we are trying to adapt and also to reach out to many more people. And we have the Women in Tech Global Awards, which is going to be coming soon at the end of the year. And will keep us posted because I'm sure that many of the ladies, you included ladies, that will be able to apply. And this year, what was exciting was that we had the 24-hour virtual tour for Women in Tech, where Womenvai, you had a lovely panel, which was very interesting about how you can really, foster ecological, the work with engineering. So we had 24 hours of nonstop programming. We had 68 live talks, 222 speakers, and 25,000 plus session attendees from 80 countries. So I think our reach is really going beyond, what we expected, which is great because we can feel that we are really trying to, as I said again, move the needle and get there. And our ambition is really to be able to empower these million girls and women until 2030. So just to show you a little bit of where we've come from in about a year and a half. And then this was just prior to COVID, one of the main milestones. And I really am inviting all the women, girls, boys, men, or people of any gender that want to come and join us, not just because we're women in tech. We're not something exclusive for women. Obviously our mission is to empower women, but we are completely open, and we know that we have to achieve this, we have to be a community embracing everybody. So this is what the Women Tech Challenge we did last year in May, that Dr. Johnson from NASA, Professor Moreno. Then we opened in the Netherlands, and that was super exciting because we had like 300 people coming in. It was sold out for the first evening. It just shows that there is a real need from people around the world for this movement to be here. Not only ours, but I think all of these communities and all of these NGOs that are really trying to work together to support empowering women, to support the SDGs, to take action, to change the world. So it just shows that when we take a few steps, we can do magical things. So that was in Lisbon last year, the Women in Tech Awards. I generally do it during a web summit. That was ambassador from France. Then we went across the other side of the ocean. We went to Australia, where we launched it, also with Dr. Johnson, from Deputy Director of NASA. St. Petersburg, where we had a lovely launch as well. And I think the most exciting afterwards was for me when we went to the UAE, because the Middle East was something that I have never been to. And I was so surprised about how they really, men were encouraging women so much. I think it was the event where they had the most men from every country was from the Middle East. So this was until this year, February, and ever since, during our 24-hour world tour, we did open virtually some more chapters, so that today we have these 15 chapters open all around, and we hope to continue our action, to continue change, and and to work together with other organizations. So lots of things coming up. If you want to go to join us on our website, obviously, or on social media, we can all be part of this change together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ayumi. It was fantastic. And yes, we were proud as the group of women engineers and scientists, as a Womenvai, to have one session at the global tour. I must say it was fantastically organized first, of course, but not only from the cosmetics side of view, it was a nice gathering moment, and I must say that you did it well. We are so proud to partner with you. I must say that, yes, we are complementary. All the organizations presented today, we are so complementary. You will see that Swiss Engineering, we do some workshops for boys and girls aged 8-12. So maybe here we can work together on that. And we'll explain on the Coalition Digital that, of course, she's very much present in Africa. And Womenvai also is very much present towards the LDCs, the least developed countries. So I'm sure we can work together, as we said earlier. So we are very much interested in collaborating for the next mixed event, as you say, hybrid event in March. So just invite us and we'll be...
You already invited. You don't need an invitation, Yvette. You're part of the family, you know that. Ever since we met last year, it was already a year ago, right?
It was at the Global Women's Summit in Basel, in Switzerland.
Yes, in Basel. So I think it's been a year now.
It's been a year. It was early. Actually, today was 1 year ago, exactly.
Oh, it's our birthday. It's
our first anniversary together.
Friendship worship.
So, thank you, Ayumi. I know that you need to leave, so just feel free to stay until you can. Just please close your sharing of your screen, and with no transition again, give the speech to our next speaker, Ren Esobmadje, who I'm very pleased to welcome. Ren, you've been very much active. We've known each other since WSIS started nearly. It was back in 2013, I recall, back in Geneva, where you invited us also as women engineers and scientists to be part of your game. So the time is yours. Just explain about who you are, explain about your actions and projects, and of course, please do a little bit of publicity of yourself, because everyone who is participating now need to go to the link you're going to give us, because you've been nominated to an award, the EPICS Award. I don't know much about it, but I voted already for you. So please, I ask all participants to go and vote for you right now, well, after the session. And the time is yours.
Thank you so much, Yvette, and thank you all for being there. So today I'm going to share a little bit about the Womentor program by Digital Coalition. And as Yvette said, my name is Ren Esobmadje. I am the co-founder of the Digital Coalition. I am an engineer by training. I do have non-profit and profit activities. I am the president of the digital committee at GCAM, which is the major business council in Cameroon. I'm also a member of the Women in Engineering Committee at WFEO. I'm a board member also of this business council, GCAM. I'm also a member of In West Africa, and we have run several programs, and I have my engineer diploma from ECE Paris, which is the École Centrale of Electronique, where I have been introduced in the School Hall of Fame. I also have an executive MBA from my business school and SMU Singapore. So why the Digital Coalition is basically because we found that we need to put together all skills, knowledge, network of all members to achieve a resilient digital ecosystem and also an inclusive digital economy. What we do, we have several activities, several programs. Obviously, we have digital literacy program. Obviously, we want to bridge the gap between the diaspora and local people in Africa. Obviously, we are promoting innovation entrepreneurship integration of women in STEM, inclusive development and innovation, and also the spread of technology by usage. So Digital Coalition is about one goal: leverage the coalition knowledge, network, know-how to achieve what I mentioned before: digital ecosystem and inclusive digital economy. We have several programs targeting people through their life cycle. When they are very young, we have this Code for School program, really where very young child are going to be introduced to programming mindset, like design thinking and such a thing. We have programs for adults. We have also Drink and Talks, where we teach entrepreneurship. We teach people how to pitch their project. But today I want to focus on Hat for Girl and Womentor. Those two specific programs are targeting girls in STEM. Our ecosystem is as follows. So we act as digital for development, innovation, and entrepreneurship, with a bunch of activities and partners that you can also see here. We partner a lot with institutions and university, because this is really the key of the educational background and foundation. And working with them, we are bridging the gap between outdated curricula and what is needed in terms of skills in the 21st century. Also, I would like to give now the focus on the Womentor program. So the Womentor program is based on this assertion that none of us acting alone can achieve the success from Nelson Mandela. And our three pillars are to attract, retain, and maintain girls in STEM. So it's a mentoring program for women by women, simply said. Due to time constraint, I will not explain the rationale and the background, but just to let you know that this is a 6 to 9 month coaching, where we do onboard the cohort, do networking, coaching, and mentoring session with professionals and mentors. Most of the mentors are women active in the industry, either they are entrepreneurs or they are professional in STEMs. Most of those women are members of our business council or coming from engineering schools all over the world. And one most important thing is the discovery of the latest digital technology for our mentee. So the Womentor program and also the Hack for Girl, where it's really a coding camps, a Hack for Girl, but Womentor, it's a more longer program between 6 and 9 months. It's really all about aspiration, vocation, and inspiration. Like I say, we want to attract, we want to maintain, and we want to retain girls in STEM. Many girls fall in STEM studies, but after that, they will exit this type of industry and work in another field. So this is one of the reasons why, after attracting them, we want to maintain and we want to make sure that they make all their career and they can be successful in this field. So that's the reason, that's the whole rationale behind the program. So aspiration, vocation, inspiration for the ones who are not yet there. It's a lot about sharing passion and experience. It is really for women by women. How did I make it? What kind of mistake did I make? So you cannot do the same, you will avoid doing the same. Really, it's a woman intergenerational transmission of really the professional skills you need to be in this industry. How we do align ourselves with the SDG. Really, we want to achieve a better match between skills and jobs by onboarding 100,000 girls in STEM in our mentoring program. So quality education by really filling the gap with the outdated curricula. Gender equality by helping our girls to be not the silent voice in STEM, but really the the speaking voice of in STEM, and we want this half of the population to raise their voice in STEM, and really with a strong partnership. We have partners that are coming from the industries, partners that are coming from the ecosystem of innovation, but also partners that are coming from the entrepreneur side, the ecosystem of entrepreneur, the business councils, and a lot of partners from the educational background. And we work together on our program on what is necessary, what the market is looking for, and how we can achieve this real match between the skill, the 21st century skills, and the jobs. So some of the pictures here will display really how we introduce those girls to the technology. It's a real program, real experimentation. They have been, they will follow the courses, and then they will practice later on. And this is one of the pictures that was finalist to the WSIS photo contest of this year. So you can actually see this photo that has been displayed, and we had a session at WSIS to introduce the background of this photo. And here you will see some of our mentees. Here you will see also some of our cohort working in several activities. I think these were from 2017, and probably this cohort is from 2018. As I mentioned, the Digital Coalition has been active since 2012, and really I want to ask you to join the coalition to become a digital game changer. You will have here displayed our social networks and also our internet website. And here I want to just give you 60 seconds, I think it's even less than that, it's probably 40 seconds of listening to Joanna Lequeux testimony. So when we onboard Joanna, she was here talking in our activity that we call Fish in the Bocal, talking about her experience at the beginning of the program. And then in the video, you will see Joanna, you will listen to Joanna.
Sorry, we cannot hear.
Oh, okay. So then I will display it later on.
Okay,
I will just finish before I set up the video, because I have also it full screen. I will just finish by saying that I have been nominated in the EPIC Award from iBusiness School as a woman inspiring other women. Please feel free to join us in a couple of minutes or hours, where we are going to discuss our experience, me and my roommate, on what we are doing as women to inspire other women. Our profile are here, and you will be able to vote here. I will also post those details in the conversation. Perfect. And now I will just launch Joanna.
Thank you, Ren. Please post the link. So
okay, I think now you can see and you will be able to hear from Joanna.
Let's try.
Fab Lab was a very inspiring experience. I could see how powerful technology is, how many fields can come together, and imagine how I could be a part of it.
Okay, I will stop here, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ren. Thank you so much. We'll come with a couple of questions at the end. And of course, meantime, please don't hesitate to put the web link for us to vote for you. Thank you, Ren, again. And now I just would like to share my screen. Liliane Dorvaux has informed us that she will not be joining us, but in fact, I think I have just a few words here about EPF. I think it's important that we all know what EPF is. EPF is a school of engineering started over 100 years ago. And the first goal of EPS was really to empower girls and allow them to join the arena of engineers. This was, of course, started in France back in 1925, not even 100 years ago. And since then, it has been training over more than 11,500 graduates in every sector of the industry. Myself, I graduated a few years ago, long time ago now, back in '92 from this wonderful school. It was only based at that time in the suburbs of Paris, and now they have 3 locations. So I must say that EPF, because of its story and because of now the management, the top management is very engaged and committed to really go into this women empowering. Can you see my screen? This is the page that it's disclosing now on the EPF English version. Maybe some of you might understand that this is one of the greatest school in France out of the 200 engineer school, and they are organizing EPF virtual camp also this week. So just join us if you are interested. It's about any kind of specialty of engineering. I present EPF because they have also specific programs to train women to be engineers, even though since a few years now they have opened and they are a mixed school. So again, apologies for on behalf of Professor of Mathematics Liliane Dorvaux, who could not be here because they have some exams now. Because of the COVID situation, everything has changed a little bit, and in terms of planning, it has been a bit challenging. Again, without transition, I would like to share, give the speech to Denis Salas. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Now it is your turn. Denis, just explain a little bit about yourself and the projects that you are going to present. You're a member of the committee at Swiss Engineering Geneva. I'm very proud because myself, I was the first woman president of the Swiss Engineering Geneva who started more than 100 years ago. I'm president since 2011, and you are the second woman to join us at the committee. So we are getting stronger and stronger. Dennis, it is your turn.
Thank you, Yvette. Well, as Yvette present me, I am a member of Swiss Engineering and co-founder of Womenvai. I am very happy. I didn't know that I was the second woman in the committee of Swiss Engineering. I am very happy to help with all the projects and all the engagement of Swiss Engineering together with you, Yvette. Well, I will share my screen now in order to start my presentation. And today I will present to you all the projects that are engaged, that Swiss Engineering is engaged, especially in the promotion of careers in STEM for kids and coaching girls and women. I would like to start this presentation with some statistics because I think it's very important to show you that the gap in women in professions in STEM is very low. Still, the proportion is very low for women. We have only 28% of women participation in information and communication technologies. And also we have only 27% of women participating in engineering. These statistics were published by UNESCO in 2017 in the book Cracking the Code, Girl and Women's Education in Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. As you can see, on the other hand, all the careers that that are for women, such as education, health, and art, the presence of young males are very low. That means that still we have this problem with the stereotypes linked with professions. Also, I would like to explain in this chart, that this information is the proportion of female and male enrolled in higher education by field of study. After to see these numbers globally, I asked myself, what happened in Switzerland? What is the proportion of women that participate in careers in STEM? But I was very surprised that in a developed country, we have less proportion of women participating in careers in STEM. If you can see in the chart that was published, these statistics were published in 2019 by Office Fédéral de Statistiques in Switzerland, with data from 2016 at 2017. The patterns continue, and we see that the careers in STEM are dominated by young men, and also the careers in health, social services, we have less men participating. After analyzing these charts, Swiss engineering is engaged in work to eliminate these stereotypes linked with profession, inspire boys and girls to follow a career in STEM, and promote careers in STEM. We support different projects. One of the projects is Kid Info. It's a project that was created by Swiss Association of Women Engineers. The acronym in German is SPIN, and in French, ASPI. The main objective of this project is to present workshops at schools from kids from 9 to 10 years old to 12 years old, and present the careers in STEM, to talk about the careers in general, but introduce the career in STEM. Inspire and motivate kids, especially girls, to follow a career in STEM. In order to introduce and to inspire the kids, we have in the workshop, we have different activities. In one activity, we teach them how to work in teamwork, how to communicate, how to be creative. In the other hand, in other activity, we spend time building electrical toy, and we encourage the girls to be part in the construction of this toy, or this game, sorry. And we encourage that share the task in group of mixed groups, where are boys and girls participating in this construction. And also we present a role model. The role model is the person that is hosting the workshop. No, we are especially women that are engineers or with a career in STEM, and she can also explain, the host can explain the path that she follows in order to achieve their profession in STEM. We also participate in a project that is called Futur en tout genre. C'est un nom en français, in French. I don't know if I can translate in English. I don't know if it's going to have the same meaning. What can we say? The future?
There's no gender for the future.
For the future, future for all, maybe? Yes. Well, the difference with the previous project is that Futur en tout genre has a participation of public sector, public and private sector, schools, universities, and is a project nationwide. The goal of this project, that is presented only once per year, is to expand professional horizon of the school children, allowing them to discover unusual occupations. We are not focused especially here in career in STEM. We want to, this project shows all the diversity of careers available in the market, and also improve awareness of the freedom to choose a professional future regardless of gender. This project is focused in kids to 10 to 12 years old, and we participate in hosting workshops using Kids Info in order to promote the careers in STEM. But in this project, the family has a key participation, because the parents.
Yes, sorry. Key role, yes.
A key role participation, a key role, because usually the parents take the kids, if for example the parent take the care of the family to her work and explain what he's doing. She can put hands on, how you say, put hands on the work. Wait, yes. Sorry for my English.
No problem.
And of course, the boys sometimes has to go with the mothers to their working place, and the mother is going to explain what she's doing. Sometimes the boys go, for example, with her mother that is a nurse and or is a teacher. That is not a common career for boys or for men. And the objective, how I say before, is to show that there is no gender in the professions, that they can have a choice to choose whatever they can study. And this is the special message in this project. But not also work with kids. We also work with professionals already. This project was a very nice project. I didn't participate in this project, but the name of the project is Digital Amazons. Was held in Cotonou, Benin, and was was organized by the Minister for Digital and Digitalization that organized the contest. And the main focus or the main objective was to promote innovation and boost female entrepreneurship in the digital sector. This mentoring was
coaching program.
Yeah, this coaching program was presented during three days, and the outcomes of this project was to identify the business strategy, their business strategy, also develop their business plan, help them to gain self-confidence and develop their personal communication skill, and improve their negotiation and business development skills, and learn how to recognize investors, their networks, and how to approach them. But I think Yvette can explain a little more, because she was one of the mentors of the coaching of this project.
Well, actually, it's just to mention, actually, Rennes was also, because we prepared before that, the Ministry of Benin Digital Ministry, led by Aurélie Soumet, je ne sais plus son nom.
Adam Soulé.
Adam Soulé, exactement, merci Rennes. We received about 50 files. And our goal was really to help the selected ladies gather and present with a pitching training, etc., a project in less than 3 minutes, to go then and knock on the door of the banks. A little bit like what Ren posed just before with this women mentoring project, and also Women in Tech before by Dr. Ayumi. I think we are really complementary and offering this kind of service together. Denise, would you like to continue and close?
Well, this is my last slide, but I will also explain that we are Swiss Engineering also is participating in COP25, and we organize webinars where we tackle different problems in order to achieve the whole SDGs. Because we are paneling with Womenvai, where there is professionals in different areas, and we also are in line with different with all the SDGs.
Thank you so much, Denise. I will conclude with Womenvai in a minute. If you can stop sharing your screen. Thank you so much for your energy, and you speak so many languages, French, Spanish, and German, that we cannot not just excuse you, of course, the little words that sometimes you don't share. Okay, just ladies, because we have only 10 minutes left, just prepare a few quotes, a few conclusions in your mind, Dennis, and then Ren, I will give you the speech, of course. I want to just share my screen again for you to know a little bit more about Womenvai. We've been talking a lot about Womenvai, and it's true that we have not presented it well. So I'm going to do it now. Who we are actually. So Womenvai started 2 years ago. Only we are a very young NGO headquartered in Paris and registered as a platform for innovative projects in environment and high tech. We are principally, mainly women co-founders. We have 18 co-founders, so it's a very intelligence, commonly thought platform. And we are supported by women and men. This is really what we are aiming at together, working with men. In fact, it started all around a first theme that is equality between men and women in STEM. In fact, we are engineers and scientists who really want to fight against discrimination, fight against these inequalities and stereotypes, of course, that our society, our culture, history, of course, give us. And what we want really to aim at is this social inclusion that Ayumi was talking about and that Ren also explained about. And together with Denise, also at Swiss Engineering, we're fighting on a day-to-day basis around these stereotypes that girls are like this and boys are different, which is absolutely not true, as you know. We have the same brains. These are called human brains. And it's just the facts of society, culture, and history, of course, that have brought us to, well, maybe look at things differently. So we have workshops for equality. We have actions to help raise this confidence for young girls. A second theme also that is very important at Womenvai is really the environment, because we know that new technologies are everywhere. And we are on a day-to-day basis very much used to use those technologies. But what we want is broad projects that bring new technologies at the service of the environment. This is also what Ayumi told us before, presented us as when we did that workshop at the Global Virtual Tour of the Women in Tech. This panel was really about women engineers and scientists bringing solutions, concrete solutions for climate change issues. And we really want to stress here that we bring innovative solutions and new technologies to adapt to climate change. And you can see again this picture of what we did last year, October, in Cotonou, Benin, thanks to the minister, Aurélie. And it's really a good example because all of these ladies came and we helped them pitch on their projects that link technology and climate change adaptation issues. Finally, our third theme is really about the SDGs, because we believe in international cooperation. We don't see each other, and today is really the proof of that. These 5 organizations working and collaborating together. Of course, we offer some kind of similar service, you must say, but we are different people and we bring different expertise. So we are partners more than competitors. And I think this is important, this mindset, to see us not as a competitor, but to see us as a partner or potential partner. So we want to link in with other NGOs and maybe offer collaboration, but always aligning to the SDGs. Now, coming back to the conclusion, because we are 5 minutes left only, I would like to give the speech back to our panelists. We want to thank, of course, the participants again. I see there is maybe some of the question. Yeah, there was no specific question further, so I think we've been very clear. Of course, I would like to recall you that this session is being recorded and you can share then the link will be also delivered on the YouTube platform of Womenvai. So just come and register to the Womenvai YouTube channel. Dennis is managing that, so thank you, Dennis, for your support. Maybe, Dennis, just 1 or 2 sentences of conclusion, please.
Something that I would like to say is that parents has a lot of influence in the kids, in the children, and if we can, if we as parents, we can inspire our kids in order to follow a career in STEM, for example, we can help them to also banish these stereotypes linked with professions. I have 2 daughters, and always I encourage them to follow a path that is not common for girls or common for boys. I say you have the liberty to choose whatever you want. You have the same capacity, and I hope this message they keep the message, and
Yes.
and I really would like the parents to tell them that they are a big influence in the life of their kids.
I think this panel has discussed a lot about the importance and the strategic point of education. And of course, we as parents, we have responsibilities, we know that, but not all of us are engineers. So
Yes.
of course, we need to help those parents who are not, to help them and raise awareness on them. Also, we are adults sometimes that are not parents. Maybe we have no kids. So we can help our neighbors, our families,
exactly.
to, of course, be a role model. Thank you so much, Denise. Maybe a final word for conclusion, Ren, because you are a wonderful role model. Tell us, what is your key note? You want to share a screen, right?
Yes, actually, I would like to reflect on 2 things Dennis and you shared. First was the UNESCO cracking the code for girls in STEM. So we were at this workshop as a workshop organizer, and this is one of our pictures. You also mentioned the parents and the role of parents. So here is one of our first member of the cohort of mentee. She's Cameroonian. She is a very young girl. And this trip to Bangkok was her first trip. It was very hard to convince her dad that she will be traveling for the first time out of Cameroon, and a very long trip to Bangkok with a lady that her parents, her dad doesn't know. She lost her mom. But I think it is really for us the reflection of having STEM-savvy girls working to build a more inclusive and equal world. And it's probably the materialization also of this quote that I mentioned. None of us really, we cannot do it alone. One hand cannot do it alone. We need to put our hands together with all the other organizations like Womenvai, Women in Tech, and really that we change the game in this field. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we are just in time. Thank you again to the participants, to the panelists. I would like also to thank the WSIS partners. I think we have a few seconds left for a video that WSIS wants to share. Again, thank you. Have a splendid night. Great, good luck, Ren, for your award. I'm sure you will get it.
Yes, good luck.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All.
See you. Bye.
Siren, bye-bye. Gracias. Obrigada.
Adiós. Adiós.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, 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 ciao.